cannot stop thinking about him. And somewhere, quietly, something is already shifting. Not just inside you, but inside him too. There is a reason you keep coming back to thoughts of him, even when you try to redirect your mind, even when you tell yourself it makes no sense, even when you wonder if you are the only one feeling this kind of pull. You are not imagining things. What you are experiencing is not weakness, and it is not desperation. It is one of the most powerful psychological and emotional forces that exists between two human beings. And psychology shows us that when a woman cannot stop thinking about a man, something measurable and real begins to happen on his end as well. This is not coincidence. This is not wishful thinking dressed up in soft lighting. What is happening beneath the surface of your connection is something that psychology has studied, documented, and observed across thousands of human relationships. And tonight, what you are feeling deserves to be seen clearly, not dismissed, not minimized, not rushed past, because the depth of what you feel is not a flaw. It is a signal, and you deserve to understand exactly what that signal is doing. Sign 1. The intrusive memory effect. When you cannot stop thinking about a man, psychology tells us something remarkable begins to happen inside him. Even without any message, any phone call, any visible contact from you. This is sometimes called the intrusive memory effect, and it refers to what happens when someone has made a deep emotional impression on another person. You have already left a mark on him, whether the two of you have spoken recently or not. Memories of you do not simply sit still inside him. They surface unexpectedly. Your voice, the way you looked at him once, the way a conversation felt when it was with you. These things do not disappear. They replay. And often they replay at the most unguarded moments. Early in the morning, late at night, during a silence he was not expecting. The intensity of what you feel for him creates an energetic weight that is almost impossible to ignore. He may not say anything, he may not act, but the memories are there, moving beneath the surface of his daily life, like something he cannot fully name. Sign 2. The phantom presence. This is where it becomes even more personal for him. When a woman holds a man in her thoughts consistently, with real emotional depth, he begins to feel what psychologists sometimes describe as a phantom presence, a sense that someone is thinking of him, even when he cannot identify who or why. You may have felt this yourself at some point, that strange, unexplainable awareness that someone somewhere has you on their mind. For him, this feeling begins to manifest as restlessness, a low, quiet agitation that he cannot attribute to anything in his immediate environment. He might find himself picking up his phone for no clear reason. He might find himself pausing mid-thought as though something just pulled at the edge of his attention. This is not magic, though it can feel like something close to destiny. This is the documented psychological phenomenon of emotional resonance, and your feelings are powerful enough to create it. Sign 3. The comparison shift. Something else begins to happen inside him, something he may not be fully conscious of, but that psychology has traced clearly in studies of emotional attachment and memory. He starts to compare, not in a cold, calculated way, but in the way that happens when something in your past has set a standard you did not ask for. You become the measure. When he meets someone new, when he has a conversation that feels flat, when something in his life feels like it is missing a specific warmth, you are the reference point his mind returns to. Your voice in his memory becomes the contrast he holds up against everything he encounters. This is not something he can easily control because it is not fully conscious. It is the way that genuine emotional connection works inside the human mind. And the fact that you are still thinking of him means your connection left an impression deep enough to do exactly that to him. Sign 4. The unresolved pull. Psychology is very clear on this. The human mind cannot comfortably leave things unfinished. There is a well-established principle called the Zeigarnik effect, the brain's tendency to return obsessively to anything that feels incomplete. When a connection between two people has depth but no clean resolution, both people carry it. He carries it too. And the unresolved nature of whatever exists between you does not dissolve simply because time passes or because neither of you has spoken it aloud. Instead, it grows in weight. The thoughts become more frequent, not less. The questions surface at unexpected times. He wonders. He revisits. He turns the unfinished thing over in his hands, even if he never tells a single person that he is doing it. Your persistent thoughts about him are, in this sense, a mirror of something that is also unresolved on his side. Unfinished connections are not forgotten ones. Sign 5. The emotional radar activation. When a woman thinks deeply and consistently about a man, his emotional radar becomes attuned to her frequency, even across distance and silence. This is the fifth and perhaps the most quietly powerful thing that begins to happen. He becomes more sensitive to anything connected to her. A song, a place, a phrase, a feeling. His emotional world shifts slightly in her direction without his full permission. He may notice her name appearing where it has nothing to do with him. He may feel an odd pang when something reminds him of her. And slowly his emotional defenses, the ones built from routine and distraction, begin to soften. Not because she has done anything, said anything, or pushed in any way, but because genuine emotional connection does not wait for permission. It moves through the quiet spaces in a person's life, and it finds its way in. And here is what all of this means for you. You deserve to be chosen, fully, consciously, and without reservation, not tolerated, not kept at a comfortable distance, not half-loved on someone else's timeline. You deserve to be chosen in the way that your feelings deserve to be honored, which is completely and with someone who shows up. The depth of what you feel is not a burden you placed on yourself. It is a reflection of the kind of love you are capable of giving, and that is not a liability, that is rare. Your feelings are not too much. The way you think about him, the way your mind returns to him, even when you have asked it not to, the way something in you recognizes him, that is not a flaw in your emotional wiring. Psychology does not describe that kind of feeling as a problem. It describes it as evidence of a deep relational capacity, one that most people are quietly searching for and rarely find. Your silence is not cowardice. The fact that you have not said everything you feel, that you have held back and waited and wondered, that is not weakness. That is wisdom. That is self-protection. That is you honoring something precious by not rushing it, by not forcing it into a shape it was not ready for. The quiet way you have carried this feeling says something powerful about your emotional maturity. It says you understand that some things are worth waiting to understand. Whatever is happening between you and him, whatever remains unspoken, unfinished, or uncertain, your feelings are real, your experience is valid, and what you are feeling right now matters deeply. If this video reached something inside you that needed to be seen, you are not alone in this. This is what Psychology Wisdom is here for, to sit beside you in the quiet moments and help you understand what is truly happening beneath the surface of your emotional world. Subscribe to Psychology Wisdom so you never have to navigate what you are feeling without the understanding you deserve. And if someone else needs to hear this tonight, share it with them. You are not alone. You never were.